Hi, I'm Stumpy Nubs, and this is how you buy used hand planes. In the mid-January 2016 issue of Stumpy Nubs Woodworking Journal, we talked about 3 types of hand planes that every power tool woodworker should own: a jack plane, smoothing plane, and a block plane. Since then, a lot of subscribers have asked where they should look for a good used set and how much they should expect to pay. Well, generally speaking, you're going to pay less if you find them locally at a yard sale, flea market. I especially like antique shops. It's not always the case. Eventually, you're going to run into some nut that just thinks his rust is gold. But for the most part, I found a lot of really good deals at small local sources. So what's a good deal? First, let's talk about condition. Like I said before, these planes are common enough that you can afford to be choosy. All parts should be present and accounted for. Take the iron out and inspect everything carefully. There should be no cracks anywhere on the plane. The bottom should also be reasonably flat if you hold something straight against it. There should be no chips around the mouth. It's okay if the adjustments are a little gummed up, as long as you can move them, meaning that they aren't seized up with rust. If possible, the knob and the tote or handle should be intact. But if the price is right and the brake is clean, I will buy one with a cracked tote like this one because they can be repaired, and it's really not that big a deal. If there's a little surface rust that you're willing to clean up, that's fine, but nothing substantial, and definitely no pitting. I don't worry about flaking in the black paint or Japanning, though I will pay a little bit more for a good-looking plane. So if all of this checks out, how much should you pay? For a standard Stanley number 3 or number 4, or for a number 5 jack plane at a local store, I would pay about $10 for one in good condition, $20 for very good, and $50 for excellent. On the internet, such as on eBay, prices go up because there's more competition from buyers, and you have to factor in shipping. I would expect to pay between $40 and $80 online and perhaps near $100 for one in excellent condition. For a standard angle block plane with an adjustable mouth, depending on the condition, I would pay between $15 and $40 locally, $30 to $80 online. Low angle versions generally will cost you $10 or $20 extra. But before you go out and buy, there are a couple of things that I would keep in mind. First, look for planes that were made before World War II. After that, the quality started to go downhill. You can find out exactly how to date a plane online, but as a rule, I just avoid the Stanley Handyman series of planes. I also avoid planes that have blue paint on the casting instead of black. And I usually avoid planes that have yellow or orange logos, because while some pre-World War II versions did have yellow and orange logos, they're more often associated with later models. Now, I'm not saying all planes made after World War II are junk. If it's a good enough deal, try it out. I'm just saying that most pre-World War II models were of higher quality. And since they're not uncommon, why take a chance on a newer one? Just wait until you can find just the one you want. Another thing to consider is the plane's sole. Stanley made both smooth and corrugated versions. Both work equally well. Some people want you to pay more for the corrugated versions, but unless you're a collector that just wants that particular style, there's absolutely no reason to pay more for it. If you haven't watched our video on what particular types of hand planes you should start with, you'll want to find it in the mid-January 2016 issue of Stumpy Nubs Woodworking Journal, which you can read and subscribe to for free at stumpynubs.com. And keep an eye on future issues for more information on how to sharpen, tune, and use these essential tools, no matter what type of woodworker you are. And we'll see you next time.